All right, this is going to be a quick talk on Ethereum and how transactions are converted into blocks. So we're going to have 3 people who have accounts on Ethereum network, and they all want to do something on the Ethereum mainnet. So they submit transactions. And let's call this transaction 3, transaction 1, and transaction 2. And let's see, this is Alice, Bob, Charlie. And let's see, for instance, Alice wants to give Bob 3 ETH tokens. And maybe Charlie wants to deploy a smart contract. And Bob simply just wants to read. So what happens is that these transactions are submitted into a transaction pool where these transactions are in the pending state. P-E-N-D. Now, a quick note is that these 2 transactions here, where you're writing to the blockchain, these write requires gas, which is money needed to pay for the transaction. And so this is lodged in the transactions. So maybe the gas fee that Charlie wants to pay is 50 cents, and then maybe Alice is more generous and wants to pay $1. So what happens is that a consensus mechanism is used to determine which one of these transactions in the pool gets ultimately registered in the block. So in the olden days, we used a proof of work, which requires miners. But since then, we've gone towards with ETH2, proof of stake, which involves validators who stake. And then validators are sometimes backed up financially by delegators. And so the consensus mechanism looks at transactions that are pending and grabs the ones that are that have the most gas fees. And so in this case, Alice's TX2 will be the first to come into here, and so forth. And then eventually the transactions are lodged in here. And this block is now formed, and right before it's finalized, the hash of the previous block is also registered in here and making this now part of a blockchain. So over here we're going to have world state and sub 1, and over here we're going to have world state n, which is the latest, and this one, the new state, will have Alice's updated balance, and it's going to have the smart contract, that address that Charlie had deployed. So this is a quick talk on how Ethereum transactions are converted to blocks, which are part of the blockchain.